Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You're back with Deck, and today we're playing some more Planet Zoo. So, in our last episode, we started off a brand new zoo, and at the moment, we've only got the snow leopards and the octopi in here. I'm probably saying that wrong, but that's what I'm going with. We're generally bringing money in. We do need to start getting more animals in here. I very nearly wanted to say dinos then, but wrong game. We need to... chisel? Nope. I want to flatten all this out because I don't want bumpies in here. I know that makes no sense, but oh, that was probably a little bit much. There we are. So we're going to get a new exhibit over this side. I'm thinking, by the way, I don't know how the gondola works, but this little spot here, if I can flatten it out a little bit, although that is fairly flat, we could just go up this staggered bit and maybe have stops on either all of the ridges. Admittedly, they're still going to have to walk around, so that's a little bit of a bad idea. Maybe we can have the gondola up this side. We're going to have to pick some of these segments to be able to push back, otherwise it's going to be a little bit silly. But I think starting from the crater and working our way out would be the best option. Personally, I wouldn't go with gondolas. I want paths going up through the mountainside. We might be able to do it. Or I might just have to go for some spiral staircases somewhere. We've seen that they did it on other maps, so why can't I? Anyway, back to business. Let's start getting our new enclosure over this way. In fact, no, we don't want to start there. I want to start there, so we can get a nice straight wall, and then we can come into a little bit of a curve. No angle snapping required. And we're going to want to shorten you down. These are 14 meter long. I don't really want them 14 meter long, but we're back down to 10 now. Right along the edge. Keep going straight and curve. We know you can curve more than that. Good. Then back up to 10. Straight lines. No curves. No angle snapping. When did you get turned back on? Then we should be able to go for 2 straight lines there. And a nice curve in. That'll actually do it. It's not amazing. It's a bit of a weird shape as well, but it'll do. It'll do. I did kind of want to keep both the posts, but that'll be fine. Have I built this all in staff path? I am an absolute imbecile. It is, that's all staff path, isn't it? Can I not just swap it? No, I can't just swap it. For the love of God. Can't just hold right click. It's alright, the path pulls you along. But I was just showing an idea really, so it doesn't really matter too much. We can just delete it all and put it down properly. Oh, I liked it when it was pulling the camera along. There we go. Clip it all back. Because I am a buffoon. We've had a good start to this, so haven't we? Last time I put donation booths down rather than bins everywhere, which is why we've got a shed load of litter all over the place. And then this. I believe it was 6 meters to start. You're going to have to get lost a minute. Because I want this coming round first. Go away. Just shorter, please. There we go. That'll do it. Right, that's fine for now. It looks a little bit weird. It'll be fine. Then we can curve this round to match the wall. Kinda. Touch more. There we go. Still need to be careful with the money though. Right, what animals do we want in here? Preferably something that we can get with a low amount of points. Not cash. I mean, you're going to be quite good. Can I get a male to suit? There is a male up there. He's a little bit on the expensive side, though. Your size is a little bit small. We'll take you. I think we'll take the female as well. Now, these are going to want water as well. But that's fine. We've built them a big enough encampment up. We're not going to get working zones or anything yet. We will start on that soon, though. Because it's like I'll have one keeper for both of these. We'll sort all the vendors out as well. That's some research already. Wonderful. And I'm going to swap you straight onto that. Does that mean I've got some stuff for the snow leopards? Scroll, scroll, scroll. Snow leopards. Could not see for looking there. We can give you a toy. Oh, I'm sure you're going to be riveted by a singular toy, but we've got to start somewhere. I will build up more research centres as time goes on. Right, let's sort out the crocodiles. So yeah, you are going to want a fair bit of water. That's fine. Let's just put a little bit of a divot over there. You only want a small area, to be fair. You mostly want it full of water. Let's see how that looks first, before we go any further. Let's let the game calculate it. Yours. That's plenty of water. Good. How are we going to do the barriers? Because I am quite fond of the windows at the minute. I think we're just going to window all of it. Yep, that looks decent. You don't want a hard shelter, do you? Oh, thank God for that. Less long grass, more rock. Easy. Easy. Not the one I wanted, it's the paintbrush. I'll leave you a little bit of grass. Now I've got too much rock. Touch more sand. Yeah, that'll do it. Do you need any plants? No, you don't. You need enrichment. I don't think we're going to be able to oblige you there, unfortunately. Because I'm fairly sure we've not got anything for you yet. Apparently you like the scratching post. Well, would not have thought that. You know what? I've forgot it again. Get your food and get your water in there early. Because you will forget, and then your animals are going to starve, and you're going to get protesters. There we go. So your enrichment we can't really do much for you yet, unfortunately. We do need to get some facilities in, and I'd like to get some more bins up here. Not donation bins, actual proper bins. So I don't want people littering everywhere. Now we'd like to get some donation bins in. I'm going to slot that one there because we'll have a screen there. We'll get that one there, and I think one there. Possibly not going to have enough money for the screen. Oh, screens are only 30. Don't get why these keep snapping to be upside down, but whatever. You are all in power range? Yeah, you should be. The generator's literally just down the hill from where you are. Like I say, I want to keep a focus on the education right from the word go. Because hopefully it's going to bring me more guests in, because it's going to be a nice educational zoo for them. Right, and we need to come back out of that. So we can unpause the game. Hopefully they're going to bring me some more money in. I wouldn't say we've got any boring animals in yet. So what? And we've got bronze already. That was easy.
You can really tell you dealt with that toxic waste. The air doesn't taste like batteries anymore. Yes, overall the zoo's definitely beginning to take shape. The customers seem happy, and best of all, almost none of them have developed respiratory problems as a result of their visit. Speaking of which, nice work nursing all those poorly animals back to health. It's a good job we rescued them and brought them into the zoo, eh? After all, the last thing we need is people being able to see animals outside the zoo for free. Oh, and one last thing. Now that the zoo is mostly clean, I'm arranging for Lin Lin to visit from the other zoo. It's going to take a little time, though, so don't worry about it yet. Just worry about everything else.
Such a lovely person, aren't you? Why is that making the floor go all weird? It's meant to flatten its foundation. Because I'm kind of hoping I could just throw one of these in down here. It does let me. Admittedly, it's tucked a bit further back than I want, and I'm not sure if the staff path's actually going to work down here. It says it's going to. There we are. We can just hide that down there. And then we've got power most of the way around the zoo already. So I'm liking getting them tucked in sooner rather than later. The Orcupy is about to mate already. Good, good. Let's start working on promoting some staff as well. I mean, we don't have to promote all of them this quickly, but I'd rather do so early on. Do we want to set up some zones already? I think it's going to be advisable, because at the minute we've got one keeper. Let's get a second one. And let's actually work on some proper staffing zones, shall we? Work zones. So we're going to want a new work zone. You can have that area, that staff room. I'm not really fussed what staff room you go to. You can just do them two areas. And you can be... Snow leopard. I've got caps on. Snow leopard plus... What were they called again? Every time. I'll just put OK. No. The only reason I don't want to type is because I really struggle with spelling. In case you've not heard me say it a million times, I'm partially dyslexic. Leopard. Snow leopard and Orcupy. Snow leopard plus that, and you can have one keeper. Really, I'm only going to be doing it for the keepers. How many vendors have I got at the minute? 3, and I've got 3 shops. Good. Admittedly, they're going to want to break. Saltwater crocodile can have its own keeper at the minute. And you? You're in the wrong one already. Douche. And let's click on this one first. Let's add a new work zone, and we'll get that one. And then can we come out of this view so I can actually see how they're spelling it? Saltwater crocodile. We will add another habitat to this one at some point. I thought I'd just hired another keeper. Have you both gone onto the same one? Snow leopard plus Orcupy. You could be saltwater crocodiles. There we go. The mechanics are a little bit overworked. The vendors are definitely overworked. Let me get one extra vendor. I don't know the ratios, but one extra one seems like it'd be okay. It probably would have been better to have an information desk up top, but a lot of people seem like they've got umbrellas already. Inspector report is ready. Education is poor. We've literally just opened, dude. Calm yourself down. Still got high amounts of litter. Did that literally just disappear? Yes, it did. Good. You don't need many caretakers, it would seem. I'm just trying to let the cash build up a little bit, and then we can get another enclosure over this way. Maybe, while we're waiting, I'm just going to flatten this back a little bit, and then we don't have to have a ramp. Should increase the size a touch. Yeah, this is going to start to cost real amounts of money if we do it often. But I would like to try and keep it all fairly even. There we go. Can I just get some paint? Because I'm not being funny. It all looks dead miserable at the minute. I'm going to try and not hit the enclosures. But we want it to make it look like it's not a desolate quarry. And this doesn't cost any money, so I'm not that fussed. I will click on the enclosures in a second just to make sure I've not thrown grass in the snow leopards area or anything stupid like that. There we go. Just looks a little bit better already, doesn't it? And obviously we'll change things out as we go anyway, so I'm not too fussed. I just don't want it all to be a horrible brown mess, wasteland thing that we've got going on. And our boss did say that the gondola is going to be an actual requirement, so... Right, cash does seem to have stunted a little bit. Maybe I can bring the path up through the middle here. I do want to try... No, that's a staff path. I do want to try and keep in front of it by getting more animals. If I bring this across this way, then if I flatten this area out, we might be able to get another enclosure in on this side as well. Because that's going to be a fairly big enclosure there. And then we'll hug the mountain. This rain needs to do one, so I can barely see. And we are going to want another shopping zone at some point soon, because at the minute they're all coming round and there's no food for them. It'd be nice if I could have got a path to go straight up that bit, but that's not going to happen. Rain. Rain, rain, go away. Don't come back another day. I am just going to have to super speed through this because I cannot see a goddamn thing. And I think the only concern we've got is low cash, right? Yeah. I don't know when that disappears at. Mechanic research is done. We're just going to let him keep going with barriers for now. Because barriers are good. Tickets are underpriced. I always like to hear that. And then we're going to start going up in increments of 5. Just because that seems to normally be okay. Hey, 5,000 is where the cash stops being a problem. Right, so we can start getting some more barriers in there. I think if we start around about here, then we could get a nice little curve coming back in on this corner, hopefully. We don't really need angle snapping, but we might as well go with it just for now. No, instantly decided against that. Do we want this all to be in one enclosure? I don't want to build them too small. I'm trying to go bigger than what they need for when we get more animals. Nearly said dinos again. But we could get another little food section in over here, and this could be where the gondola starts. So let's not go and use all of this space, but we can still get a fairly sizable section. I think that'll be enough. Let's start curling it back in. And we can actually do what we did last time and just go straight into the mountain. Let's go straight and get some angle snapping on. Is that in the mountain already? Very, very nearly. Let's just make this a couple of meters long so it actually goes into the wall. And then we can go down to null. And we want it slightly longer than that. We'll stick with the 10 meters. No angle snapping, please. We're just going to follow the mountain back round. Then if we can come back to a brick wall. No. I want to go a bit further with null. I'm looking for a nice curve here. That is still inside the mountain there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's not the nice curve that... Yeah, that's not actually bad. I'll take that. This weather is just ghastly. And we'll get our door as close this way as possible. Yeah, that'll do. Is that actually pathed across? I don't think it has. You don't like that there, do you? Okay. That research is completed. Wonderful. We're just going to get one for each of them and then move around to another one until I can get more research centres up and running, which at the moment I actually could. Why is this path being a mare? Just out of curiosity. Is it because I've got it too close to the path, or what? It works around here. I guess we're going to have to throw it a bit more in the middle because I don't want to mess around with the path. It's not exactly like it's going to be difficult. Although, if I'm doing that, I want the gates to be fairly close to each other. Because that way the keeper's going to have an easier time. No, it's not going to let me. It's fine. The keeper's just going to have to do a little bit of a run around. And realistically, I don't want that path there like that. And you only need to be a small path. That looks a little bit neater. Only a little bit. It'll do. Let's just let the game keep going and hopefully get out of this dark and stormy weather, because I'm sure you probably can't see a great deal. And I don't want to build too much with you not being able to see. We've got no animal problems, nothing. All is good at the minute. Right, we're through the rain. No, we're not. Is it because I put all the grass down to make it look pretty? The game's decided it doesn't want to be pretty. Have at least 8 habitat species in the zoo. Have a suspended gondola transport ride. Have at least 600 guests in the zoo. We should be able to do this one quite easily, actually. How are my staff doing? None of them getting too stressed out? The vendors are a little bit on the stress side, but they are the only ones that haven't been promoted yet. This keeper can go up to level 2 as well. I'm thinking less staff, more training. Oh, we've got a sunny day. God damn it, Rain. Anyway, what animals have we got? We've already got the saltwaters in. They are wonderful. Orcupy, we're okay at the minute. I don't think I want to go rhinoceros yet. How about some flamingos? We've not had any flamingos yet. Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the Zoopedia first. See, you don't need a huge area. You do need a little bit of water. Grade 1, and it's got to be a metre or taller. I think these are a metre, but just to be absolutely sure. Let's just grab that. Do full circuit round, and we'll go up a little bit. Not too much. That should definitely be more than a metre. Right, and just to double check, what sort of social group do you guys have? Up to 500 males, 500 females. Well, that's fair enough then. 500? Good God. We're not going to take all of them, because that would just be absurd. For now, we'll take you. You're more fertile. We'll take you. You know what? We'll just take all of them. They're not exactly expensive. And then we can send all of you dudes into here. Lovely job. And we want to go on to our staff work zones. And this one now needs editing because you get the crocs and the flamingos. We'll just let one of those get thrown in there. It was a cross between thrown and flown. That research is complete. Wonderful news. We'll leave you on that for a second, but I do want you on flamingos. Right, we've got flamingos in. So you can start researching them. We'll go back around the other animals in a moment and put some stuff in there for them, hopefully. Right, let's sort this out for you. You don't really need a hard shelter. Your terrain is all wrong. You need some water. We can help you out with most of those. You've got an absolutely huge area to play with. Wonderful news. Size, that's a little bit big. Just get a little bit of water over this side. Oh my god, I've given you a huge lake. Maybe that was a little bit big. But now you're requiring a hard shelter. Greater flamingos you are. Staff, work zones. Whoops. Flamingo. Greater flamingo. There we go. So you've been named. You're injured already. Good start. You need a hard shelter. Species. And greater flamingo. There we go. Start from the top. Work your way down. I'm going to throw a large bowl in. In fact, I'm going to throw the hard shelter in first. Do we need an absolutely mammoth one? I don't think... Oh my god. You know what? I am actually going to give them the mammoth shelter. I did want it to push back into the mountain. It's not going to let me, so I'm not going to give them a mammoth shelter. Should we start with it over this side? I can't see if that's up the mountain or not. It's not. Good. It does cut into the mountain a little bit more than I wanted, but you can't see really. Is that enough hard shelter for you? Yes, it is. You enjoy your terrain. That is all good. You've not got any enrichment yet. There's not much you can do about that. Your adult population is really not good, but I can't actually do anything about that yet. So, snow leopards we're probably not going to be able to do anything for, but we'll have a look there first because you never know. Researching the other stuff might have unlocked stuff that these enjoy. Snow leopard. No. Saltwater crocodile. We can give you a sprinkler. I'll give you a couple. Some nice like that. You've already got a scratching post. Then we want octopi. You can have sprinklers as well. I'll give you a few. Any food enrichment yet? Nope. And I'm fairly sure greater flamingos might like the sprinklers. Yes. You can have just a couple. I am actually going to cut this water back just a little bit. We've gone massively over with it. And we don't need it to be quite that big. Just even that off a little bit. Bring it down a little bit more over this side. In the less usable space, shall we say. There we go, that's a little bit better. Let's just see if it recalculates. Yeah, we've got more surface area now. We need less long grass, more soil now that I've messed that around. Fair enough. And we need slightly more rock now. You're not finicky birds at all, are you? It'd also help if we'd got the correct barriers in. You know, I'm actually not going to put glass there. Because I do want them to have some privacy. And you're not really going to see much anyway, so no, we'll not put one there. We will move this bin slightly out of the way though. And we can unpause the game again. We can get some screens up and running. Do need to make sure that we're in power range. We should be good on that front. There we go. We'll just get 2. A speaker there. We've got at least 600 guests already. Wow. They're probably going to clash. I'd expect. The education thingamajigs. You know what then? We can move this croc one onto this post because I don't really want them overlapping. Not that I think it's really going to be a problem, but I just don't want it. And then we might as well put this one this side then. I didn't set you up already, did I? Greater Flamingo. You should already be set up to Greater Flamingo. Yes. And Greater Flamingo. Greater Flamingo. We can get some... what is it? Donation bins in. We'll have one there. One next to the normal bin. I'll put one by the gate as well. You never know. Can we get some normal bins in around here as well? Just because I want to keep on top of the litter. So we will have room this side for another exhibit. We can get our little staffing zone up here. Now we want to make another work zone down here. So we want work zone, new work zone. It will be you, you, and you. And you can actually all have this staff zone. This will be... bottom shops. And... let's go to staff. And these 4 vendors can be for these 3 shops. And that'll be it. So you can all be bottom shops. Bottom shops, there we go. Because I don't think we'll need more than them. In fact, maybe we'll need one more vendor. Spotted a protester. Who's protesting? Why are you protesting? More to the point, you can be bottom shops. So we've got 5 vendors for 3 shops, essentially. So that's 2 to cover. I don't know if that's too much. Animally stressed, animally stressed, animally stressed. We have got a lot of people looking at them. Is that where people are protesting? It didn't even tell me that protesters had come in, did it? And we are at time again. Good God! Time just goes past so quickly. We are rather packed in here. But I do think we're going to want to get another shopping zone up this way. How far does power go? It covers all of this bit. That is wonderful. Although I think I'm going to want a little bit of a staff zone up the back there. I'd like you to be back at 6 meters, please. And no angle snapping. Admittedly, for the first one, you can't really help it. I can cut into this mountain a little bit more. Only a little bit, mind, but we can just push that back. There we go. And paths aligned to grid, because I want... nope. Deselect grids. We want to go on this grid. I want it to be nice and straight. I'll join that back up in a minute. That should be big enough. We can get some shops this side. Can you just go a slight bit longer, please? There we go. So that's where our next shopping bit can go. God knows where the gondola ride's going to go. The cash is coming in nicely, which is always good. Facilities. We're going to want some more guest facilities. You know what? I can actually make these windows as well. Just these 2. I'm not going to do the corner bit. There we go. In fact, that means I could get another screen around this side as well. So you can look at the flamingos while you're having a burger. Beautiful. And we'll keep that education rating coming in. I know we're at time. I just want to go a little bit longer. I always get into this a little bit too much, and then I never want to come off it. We are going to have to start researching shops at some point as well, just not yet. And is that straight? Yeah, that's as straight as it's going to get. We'll have a Gulpy. We'll have a Planet Zoo food shop, also known as a Chief Beef. And I will get another information centre over here as well, just in case it starts raining, because you know they all start moaning if it's raining and they've not got an umbrella. The OCD is starting to come out now. It's got to be straight. And a toilet. Just a small toilet. Admittedly, this one isn't going to match the OCD, not even close. But I don't actually mind it pulling the path out that way a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. And what I want to do straight away is get another 2 vendors for up here. Make a new work zone. For you. We don't want to include the toilet in that, do we? We have on the... No, we've not on the last one. But I am going to get another staff room up here. And this is going to be... middle shops? No. Flamingo shops. And... all of the new dudes can go on to Flamingo shops. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. And we're going to want... I might be able to get the gondola in here. I'm not sure how it works. Riverboat, gondola. I mean, I might be able to get it in there. We're going to have to chisel this grand back a little bit more, but it could work. Same as I could start it over here, actually. If I just chisel this landslide back, make it a flattened area. We might look at the gondola next time. I do want to build up a little bit more cash before we start doing that, but we could. We could. I want another staff room. That's the one. And same as last time, we're going to have it sideways on and tucked behind a little doodah. Stop turning 2 ticks. There we go. Oh, that OCD was a little bit bad, wasn't it? There we go. And we want a bit of a staff path. Tiny width. There we go. And we can get a little bit of a hedge barrier in there. We did hedge the other one in, didn't we? Yeah, we did hedge the other one in. Actually, I'm going to bring the hedge this way because we might want some more staff stuff back here at some point. Like another keeper's thing, maybe. Either longer or shorter, maybe. There we go. I hate everything that I've just done. Oh, no. There we go. That'll be fine. So that's hedge mazed in a little bit. Only a little bit. It'll be fine. People can't really see it. Unless they do, but shut up. Just throw some benches down and then we'll call this one done, I think. The episode for today, yeah. We are going to struggle to get more shops in these places, but we will deal with it. We'll just carve the mountain away a little bit more. There we go, and we want another doodah donation thing across there. We want a few more bins dotted around, with this being a food area. I don't want them cluttering it up already. Right there. Right there. Oh, you're being a menace. Right there. We'll have one on the corner on the way in. Get one there. One there. I'll put a couple on this side as well for now. We'll have one square in the middle. Yeah, that's okay. Do not feed. We've not had any security problems yet, but I assume that will be something that comes up later in the game. So we've got another little bit of a staffing area. We've got a work zone set up. We've got keepers assigned to these two, keepers assigned to these two. Has everybody been promoted adequately? You're all 2 stars. For now, that's fine. We don't want to go any further yet. Nobody's got any bad workloads. Snow leopards and occupi. It's because your keeper thing's all the way up there. In fact, I know what else I wanted to do on the work zones on the Flamingo shops. You want that staff room? You know what, actually? Can I just move this? No, I can't. What I'm going to do, and it has only just occurred to me. I know I've just said we're at time. Just throw that up to about there. Just go another meter. That's walled in quite nicely. Let me get another keeper's thing down here. Keeper's hut, that's the one. You know what I meant. Because if we get another keeper's hut down here, yes, people will complain about it, but I care less about them, to be honest. There we go. I'd rather you be the proper path. There we go. Back to work zones. And work zones. Even. Snow leopard, occupi. You can have that staff room and that keeper's hut. And habitat 1 and 2. And that should be good for you. And then you can have a keeper's hut up here as well. Although, you're not actually that far from up here. Although you're far enough, aren't you? Let's just put another one down. Maybe we'll get rid of that original keeper's hut. Because I don't think we need it up there anymore. I do want to tuck this down here. Because then we might be able to get a path through the middle should we need it. And work zones, flamingos and crocs. You can have there and there. So you've got Habitat 3, Habitat 4. I'll go and name these off camera. You've got them two and that one. The shops also use this staff room. We might need a bigger staff room, honestly. I don't think we need the keeper's hut that we've got up here anymore. I was going to say that's not really a problem, is it? More barriers, good. And which one is a disease risk? The saltwater crocodiles. It's not your water by any chance, is it? It is going to be your water, so we are going to need some more water pumps over this way. Because that one doesn't really do anything. I'm actually going to delete that one. And hopefully, facilities, it allows me just to get a water pump crept in here. It's too big, isn't it? Meant to be finishing the episode off. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Just scoot. And just scoot. And a water pump. I do hope this is going to reach everything. You know what? Just select grid. Train modification failed. No! It's very slightly. Very slightly. Bumpy. Has that fixed it? Train modification failed. No, it's not. Is it because of the path? Facilities? We'll try again. No, you just don't like it, do you? You know what? It's going to have to go around the back then, isn't it? Oh, don't do this to me. It works. Albeit just barely. I think they're all set up now. And one last check. Does this work? Oh my god, it doesn't reach. It doesn't reach. I mean, it's clean, but that's not really the point. I want to get this sorted before I finish this episode off. Can I tuck it over this side? Maybe that's just close enough. It's not going to let me. I mean, I could just throw it up here. Which is going to look dead weird, admittedly. But what I can do from there is get this path. I don't want 2 meters, I want 1. So I'm going to have to do this a little bit tentatively. I know, it looks dead stupid. But it'll be fine-ish, kind of, sort of, maybe. It's going to have to come off this way, isn't it? Can we get some angle snapping on? Go there. Go there. Go there. Go there. It goes through the roof. Inspector left and is ready to report. I thought I'd turned angle snapping on. Admittedly, that doesn't go through the roof yet. Wow, what a monstrosity. Hey, it works then. And we've now got our habitats cleansed, and that has got rid of the notification. Right, we're going to leave the episode off there because I'm way over time again. Wow, we're nearly on 50 minutes again. Apologies for the longer episode. But yeah, we're going to leave it off there. If you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see some more. All comments and feedback are greatly appreciated as always. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers!